What's poppin' T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea, All Shade, Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 3, Episode 9 review. Got some information for you guys. So this Monday, I will be releasing the first of 4 interviews with the main cast of my upcoming film, Paper Heart. Monday, my interview with Maybach Music rapper Signy Yada will be going up. Next Friday, my interview with Robin Rose, who plays Lennon, will be going up. The following Monday, my interview with Kristen Clark, who plays Scotland, will be up. And then December 3rd, the Friday night before my St. Louis premiere party, will be my interview with none other than Black Ink Crew Chicago star Don Brumfield, who plays Knight. So make sure you guys tune in to all of those interviews. You will not want to miss them. After the premieres, Paper Heart will be available for streaming on Tubi and IMDb. I will have all the information for you when that time comes. Also, make sure that you guys check out my interview with Miss Vanessa Melody Holt's mother. The interview is up right now. Thank you to each and every one of you who's already tuned into the interview. I think the last time I checked, we were at like 11,000 views. So thank you guys so much. Continue to share it and watch it. It was a great interview. She spilled a lot of tea, and you got to see where Mel got all of her looks and class from. I love Miss Vanessa, and I love doing the interview. Okay, so in tonight's episode, we pick up exactly where we left off with the last episode, with Mel and Martell getting into it because he decided to show up to her date, her dinner party, her dinner situation or whatever. And Mel was like, if someone is in my life, let's respect boundaries. And I 100% agree. Martell was like, your weak ass song, that was a boundary crossed there. 2 songs about me, but we talking about boundaries. Fuck you and your man. If I want to be petty just like your ass, I can do that. I will record his weak, ugly motherfucking ass. Who is he? Like, you be doing stuff on social media. I'm gonna do it in person because I'm not a fake ass motherfucker. You don't respect boundaries. I don't give a fuck about you and your ugly ass nigga. And I was like, oh, Miss Judy is pressed. Like, if I was Mel, I would have been cracking up. I would have been, sis, you are mad, girl. Like, you are so mad at the doll for moving the fuck on. Like, why my nigga gotta be ugly? I ain't said nothing about your hoes. Like, girl, tuck your panties. Like, get them out your ass. Ew, it's so unbecoming, girl. So Mel was like, I don't give a fuck about you and your ugly assholes. And Martell talks, they compare to you. And I was like, on what level? I know you ain't saying Ariana compares to Mel on any type of level. Like, she's a pretty girl. Don't ever get me wrong. They're both beautiful women. But outside of that, where do they compare? It's like comparing apples and oranges, love. Have several. So they continue to argue back and forth, back and forth. I'm pretty sure everybody on the street was outside with their camera phones watching. Mel was like, I pray you grow up soon. And she gets in the car to prepare to leave. And he was like, I will. I mean, is that it? And Mel leaves off. Let me tell you something. The whole time I'm watching this argument go down, all I could think about is that this nigga is gonna bust a vein yelling in that skeet ass shirt. Like, boy, it's like you on a respirator. Like, I know you cannot fucking breathe in them tight ass clothes. That nigga is angry because he can't afford no new clothes. I should have asked Miss Vanessa about that. Like, did Mel fuck up all his clothes? Like, why is he wearing Lil Tank, Lil Martell clothes? Like, what is going on? Like, where is this man? Threads. Like, only outfits that he ever wears that fits is them country ass Django Unchained suits that he be putting on. Other than that, for his regular everyday attire, the nigga is literally over here squeezing himself in baby Gap clothes. Like, it's really just like mind-boggling to me that he has the audacity to be on national television arguing with people with these little bitty ass clothes on. Like, I could never take him seriously. Like, nigga, I know you can't breathe. I know you can't. If I did a blood pressure pump on you right now, you're damn near be dead. Boy, bye. So and then we see Kimmy and her friend Patricia. Her friend Patricia comes over to the crib so they can, sip on a little something and go outside, before it starts raining and, talk shit. So at first they discussed, Kimmy being the stepmother, the monster, and all of that stuff, and then Kiowa comes up, and we find out that Kimmy's best Judy of 20 years was also cool with Kiowa. Her and Kiowa was friends there for a quick little minute, and I was like, ain't this interesting? So now we learning even more layers to this fucked up, twisted ass love story. So Kimmy was like, Kiowa's philosophy was you were both of our friends. My philosophy were you were my friend for almost 20 years. So stop with that 9-month relationship. So apparently Patricia had like a 9-month friendship with Kiowa. They were friends. They had their own situation. And then she was besties with Kimmy because they used to live down the street from each other. They used to help each other with each other's kids and everything. They've been good Judies for 20 something years. But the friendship were always separate. It was Patricia and Kiowa and Patricia and Kimmy from the way they told it. So Patricia was like, I liked her, I like her. We were growing a friendship, So for her to say I'm breaking girl code is just not what happened. And I disagree with that. I don't give a fuck how long you were friends with the bitch. You knew her situation, and you knew she got a divorce. So then when the divorce papers was signed, you decided to take it upon yourself to hook up your girl, Kiowa. Y'all was friends. I don't give a damn if it was just for 9 months. You decided to hook her ex-husband up with your best friend. What kind of messy ass shit is that? Now, the person Kiowa needs to be mad at is that bitch, Patricia, because Patricia is full of goddamn shit, Thompson. She don't feel like that was breaking girl code. I wish a bitch would. First of all, it was just, now I can see if Kimmy and Maurice met on their own and they, sparks, flew in the air or whatever and they hooked up. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But you were cool with both of them. Yes, your loyalty was more so towards Kimmy, but you were still her friend and you were getting to know her and y'all have been cool for 9 months. That was messy as fuck, Miss Patricia, and your dry scalp. The hell with you. The hell with your ass. That was some fake ass motherfucking shit. And Kiowa should have got on this show going off on your country ass. So, Kimmy says, for some reason, I interfered in their marriage. I didn't know them when he filed the first or the second time. Kimmy was like, when we were in Florida at mommy's graduation, she felt she needed to tell everybody her side of the story. So I'm guessing this is Maurice and Marceau's mother had a graduation or whatever, and Kiowa was there and was telling everybody about, what happened. And Patricia was like, wasn't she remarried by then? Why is she still telling this story? Kimmy was like, it would stand to reason that maybe there's still something there. So she's basically saying that Kiowa came to this graduation event retelling the story about how all this shit went down because she felt like, maybe there was still a chance for her and Maurice to get together. Now, I need to know, when did this happen? When did this whole situation with Kiowa telling the family, Maurice and the family, about all this shit that went down? Was this some recent shit or was this some shit from years ago when y'all first got together? Because I'm just trying to understand, why are we having this conversation? We saw at the beginning of the season, you and Kiowa were on a better playing field. Y'all were able to be in the same room with each other. Things were getting better. You know what I'm saying? She filmed with you guys. Like, why are we going down this road again of kicking up shit about you being the side chick and Kiowa being mad and this. Why are we going down this road again, Kimmy? What is going on with Kimmy this season? Did the producers tell her you need to step it the fuck up or something? Because I'm just really not understanding why this is the topic of conversation. Are you trying to reignite the beef? I'm not understanding this, and I felt like this whole scene was messy as fuck. This scene should have been filmed season 1 or maybe even season 2. But the fact that we're having this conversation in season 3 is totally petty, totally ridiculous, totally childish. And if I was Kyle, I would be feeling some type of way because, bitch, I thought we squashed all of this. So why are you now getting on television, continuing the narrative that I'm just this bitter, angry bitch that's mad that you took my nigga? Like, I thought we got past all of this. So Kimmy is in the wrong to me this episode because I just felt like her and her homegirl were being messy as fuck. So now, like I said, unless this was some shit that just recently went down where Kyle was at this event rehashing this shit, now I can understand her feeling some type of way. But if this was some shit from some years ago, Kim needs to have several, and she needs to be once again pointing her disdain towards Maurice ass and not fucking Kyle, because y'all got enough issues going on in y'all motherfucking marriage to outside of this Kyle shit. So I'm sorry. So, Kimmy was like in her confessional, I was never the side chick. She's never said that was the case because she cannot. I was never the side chick. Never. Ever. I'm like, okay, bitch, we get it. Like, you keep on talking about the shit. It started to make me believe you was a side chick. Why are we still having this conversation once again? So Kimmy was like, after the papers were signed, you said, I got somebody I want you to meet. She still felt there was an opportunity that this could self-correct so in some strange way, she seems to feel I hindered them getting back together. Once again, I just don't understand the topic of this conversation and why we're having it. And like I said, Patricia was the messy bitch that Kaya should have been chin checking because you was a messy bitch. So Patricia was like, but the papers were signed and he didn't want to use toothbrush. Now you calling a girl a used toothbrush? Like, what is going on? Like, what? So now you and your homegirl getting on camera dissing this girl. Like, I can see if they were still in the pace of beef, but I'm just not understanding this. And this Patricia bitch, I don't like her. Like, because you did Kyle wrong. Now you getting on television calling her a used toothbrush and he don't want it. And bitch, what the fuck? Girl, Kyle, you better use them linebacker arms of yours and go knock that bitch down. So, she was like, I didn't like how she was slandering your name. Well, if you ain't like how she was slandering your girl name, why the fuck you just not showing up season 3, bitch? This show been on for what, 3-4 years? You a little bit late to the party. So, Kimmy was like, I would say to Maurice, why don't you say something? And he would say it's not true. So why do you even care? I care because it's my character. Patricia was like, your sister-in-law Tisha didn't have your back. And I'm like, once again, why is this conversation not coming up? We found out about the Tisha linked up with Kiowa season 2. Like, why is this just not coming up in conversation? And why haven't you confronted Tisha about this? Y'all over here arguing about semantics, about text messages and Destiny Run races, when you should have been confronting her about the fact that you set up and filmed with the op talking about me. Like, I'm just not understanding where Kimmy coming from. Kimmy this season has really just threw me off. I'm not understanding the energy she's coming with this season. Like, she normally has been like the voice of reason or whatever, and she gets people together when need be. But like the arguments and shit with Tisha has been weird as fuck. Even though she's had, valid, reasons to feel some type of way, but then the way that she handled it was just ignorant. And now this, it's just not really setting well with me. So, Kimmy was like, we're in a weird place right now. And then she tells the Patricia girl about everything that happened with the Destiny race and the checks and the text messages and all of that stuff. So Kimmy even admitted that, yes, she was being petty with the whole situation and how she handled it. And I was like, well, at least she admitted it. So she was like, 10 years ago, she never put me in no text messages with no girls. Yeah, I'm good on her. I'm good. So Patricia was like, y'all not going nowhere, so you might as well mend some fences. And Kimmy was like, I don't know how to be this person she wants me to be. I honestly feel it's hard for her to say she didn't want me to be friends with Melody when she wasn't. And we all know that that's where that part of this whole situation stems from. We all know that. She felt some type of way because you didn't give Mel your ass to kiss when she and Mel was going through it. And and you feel some type of way towards Tisha because she keep on throwing you under the bus and digging at you, and the fact that she filmed with your husband's ex-wife and talk shit about you. That's what y'all need to be confronting each other on, and y'all up here arguing about stupid shit instead of tackling the real issue. So both of y'all to me are pussy. So Tisha arrives home, baby, with her cheetah print booty short outfit and crop top with some groceries, and find these weird ass people in her living room, and she was like, who the fuck are you? But she was nice about it, because I would have been like, excuse me, who the hell are you in my house? One thing I want to say though about Tisha outfit, Tisha got body. Tisha got motherfucking body. I know niggas was on her when she was at the grocery store picking out plums and shit for the kids and Lunchables and kid cuisines, bitch. Tisha got body. She needs to start showing off and looking younger like she did in this scene. Like, cause most of the time she ages herself with the hair choices and the wardrobe choices, but she gave us like young, you know, she gave us body, ass, thighs. I was like, come on, abs, come on, Tisha. So the couple introduces themselves. It was some lady named Kirsten and her husband, and she was like, you know, Marceau told us you love surprises, we're money editors. He told us he wanted us to help you with your money communication. So Tisha was like, like she goes along with it. She's a good sport about the whole situation, but she knows that this is payback for her surprising him with Dr. Francis or whatever. So during the conversation, they argue over him making money decisions on his own, like when he bought a new truck, when the transmission on his old truck went out, and him buying himself a new Mercedes for his birthday a year before, but then he want to get mad at her for making purchases as well. Of course, he disagrees with all this and feels like his reasoning for purchasing things are valid because it has to do with business or it was his birthday. Like, we all know that this nigga is just a chauvinist. So Tisha admits that she loves to shop because that's what she and her mother did when she was a child. And the couple that helps them out with their money issues tell them that they don't have really money problems, they have communication problems. And I mean, we've all said that. Dr. Francis has said that. Like, how many more people got to tell these folks that they don't know how to communicate with each other? So the ladies arrived out decked to the nines for Destiny's networking event for Black businesses. Kimmy and that little fitted Medi dress was giving me life. Kimmy's body is everything. Love Destiny's little chandelier jumpsuit. Didn't really love the side ponytail with it, but I love the jumpsuit nonetheless. Didn't care for Tisha's outfit. She was giving me very much soccer mom, PTA. Did not like Mel's outfit. It was just a little bit too much for the occasion to me. It was just over the top. It was giving me very much Mrs. Carter tour. Something Beyonce would have wore like in 2010. Didn't like the earrings or the hair with it. It was just a lot going on. Didn't really care for it. The decor, however, was beautiful. It was outdoors. It was under a tent. Loved everything that Destiny did. So, Destiny, after speaking to everybody, comes over to the table and she says to Tisha, thanks for bringing me champagne and being a sponsor for today's event. And Mel was like, you know, I told you I would sponsor this one, but you didn't send me what you sent Stormy. And Stormy was the girl that we saw Mel used her house for her video shoot or whatever. She's pregnant or whatever. Her and her nigga got money. So Destiny was like, you know what, I dropped the ball, but I mean, I ain't know if you were gonna show up like you didn't at the last one, making a dig at her. And so Mel was like, it don't matter. One thing about friends is even when you drop the ball, somebody better be there to pick up the ball and catch you. And then she gives Destiny a check, and basically a checkmate. Because let me tell you something. Mel a better bitch to me because I wouldn't have gave her ass shit. I wouldn't have gave her ass shit. You ain't want to ask me to sponsor your event. You don't need my money. I'm going to hold my coins. I deposit this check in one of my kids' savings accounts or some shit. I wouldn't have gave her ass shit. But there was some real shit that Mel did, still giving her the check anyway. Mel was like, you know what, I got you. Don't do that shit no more. Don't play with the kid. And Destiny, in her confession, was like, I really did honestly forget or whatever. I do think that it was a mishap, but I also think that when Destiny made that dig about her not showing up to the last event, she meant that shit. She was feeling some type of way. And that's probably why she really didn't honestly ask her. So Tisha was like, since we talking about sponsors, you two said you were going to sponsor the Destiny race, and I never received a check from you or you. Talking to Mel and Destiny, and I cracked up laughing. I was like, Lord, she done put them on Front Street. Now, I don't know what response Destiny gave her to why she ain't giving no check, but Mel was like, my person didn't bring you a check, and she was like, no, remember I told you she didn't, or whatever. So I hopefully by the time we get to the reunion, they have both paid her. It was giving me very much what happened with Garcelle and Kyle on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So Kimmy was like, I mean, did you get our check? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, here we go. Here we go with the nonsense. Tisha was like, so yeah, I was getting to that. I did receive a check from Maurice and Kimmy. Like, cause she was like, this bitch being funny again. Like, we about to do this shit again. So Kimmy was like, she said something about being thrown underneath the bus. And Tisha was like, you still didn't reply to the text though. Kimmy was like, but you got a check. So what's better? Text message or the check? So Mel was like, when did the check come? After the issue? And Tisha was like, after the issue. Like, she only gave it to me after we made it up type shit. Girl, the whole thing is, like I said, childish as fuck because the real issues aren't being discussed. Kimmy was like, it doesn't matter when a check came. Tisha in her confessional was like, Mel done called her a side chick. She says nothing to her, but it's funny how she could be petty when it comes to me. Now, I agree with Tisha on that one, and it ain't much I agree with Tisha on, but Kimmy does not confront people that have said foul shit about her on this show, and she really needs to start confronting people and checking them instead of being passive aggressive. So Tisha then asked Tiffany to go talk. To go get champagne with her. So they leave. And then when they leave, Mel talks to Kimmy and Stormy about her white party event for her video shoot release or whatever. So then we go over to Tisha, and she asked Tiffany to tell her how she got to be who she is now. And Tiffany was like, me and her we're both divorced and we both cheated. And I was like, oh, learning more about you motherfuckers, aren't we? So Tisha was like, I mean, why did you cheat if you don't mind me asking? Tiffany was like, I cheated several times in high school, but not in my marriage. I'm like, girl, shut the fuck up. That shit don't fucking count. Shut the hell up. She was like, I wanted a better life. I wanted more money and this, that, and the third. And Tisha asked her, like, was he just not good enough? And she was like, I really don't want to answer that because he's deceased or whatever. And Tisha was like, in her confessional, Tiffany isn't being very transparent. She felt like Tiffany was holding back. I get where Tiffany was coming from of not wanting to speak ill against the dead, especially if that person is her children's father. But you're on this show to speak your truth. There was a way for her to answer without dogging him. You see what I'm saying? But there is so much more that we need to learn about Miss Tiffany, and outside of her being a horrible dresser and her husband looking like Fat Albert. So then Destiny gives Kimmy a 7-night vacation for her honeymoon. I was like, ain't this a sad state of affairs when your bitch that you ain't even like last season gotta pay for you to go on a fucking honeymoon? Child, I was looking like Maurice ought to be shamed. But he made up for it later on in the episode. So then we switch to another day where Kimmy arrives in this fabulous halter neck tweed fitted dress. It was giving me very much Clueless. It was giving me all the vibes that I needed. I loved it. Her body was on fleek. Loved the wig. Everything was on point. Love that dress. Yes, Kimmy. So she goes to this hotel to meet Maurice for dinner. He surprises her with dinner inside this hotel room. The room is decked out with balloons and a whole situation on the floor for them to eat. They got a little teepee in there, and she's just so ecstatic because he never does things like this really for her. And she was just like so pleased with everything and just so happy. And he tells her, that she deserves more and that he's going to make time for her. And he tells her about this session with Dr. Francis and how Dr. Francis said that he had 2 wives. And when he said that, you could kind of look at her and see, she was like, he said you got 2 wives. I know the fuck he ain't talking about me and Kyle. Well, she was on pins and needles. But then he explained what he was really truly talking about him having his work as a wife and having his real wife. And how, you know, moving forward, he's going to focus more on Kimmy. Of course, she's pleased about this, and she was just like, you know, when I tell him these things, it's kind of like it doesn't sink in, but however he receives the information, as long as he's receiving it, that's all I care about. So he tells her that he's taking her on a honeymoon, and she starts to cry because it's been like 3 fucking years. And it was a really special moment to see or whatever. But then she breaks the news that Destiny already gave her a motherfucking honeymoon. And this nigga like, you gotta be motherfucking kidding me. Now I'm in competition for my chick with fucking Destiny, because you know Destiny trying to get up in there with that thing. But it was, you know, I love the way the episode ended. Next week is the season finale, and then we'll be heading towards the reunion. It's gonna go down next week. Can't wait to see it. Once again, you guys make sure to tune in to my cast interviews. I'm interviewing the cast of my upcoming film, Paper Heart. Monday is Maybach music artist Yada at 6 p.m. Central Time. Next Friday, I'll be interviewing Robin Rose at 6 p.m. Central Time. The following Monday will be my interview with Kristen Clark at 6 p.m. Central Time. And then December 3rd, at 6 p.m. Central Time, I will be interviewing Don Brunfield from VH1's Black Ink Crew Chicago. Make sure you catch all of those interviews. You don't want to miss it. Also, make sure you guys check out my interview with Miss Vanessa, Melody Holt's mom. She spilled all the tea. It was such a fabulous interview. Make sure you check it out. The interview is up right now. I love you guys immensely. Make sure you check out the Paper Heart trailer as well. I'm going to link it right here at the end of this video. Check it out. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like, and subscribe. See you on the next video.
What are you doing? Shorty that ran into my fiance car.
It's something different about him, and I know that he has a girl, but everything about him just says that he's supposed to be mine. Like, I can honestly feel it.
Man, I see you out here doing big things, man.
Being here with you was really making me happy.
I felt the same way too.
When I get home, I got a lot to handle. You do too. I know you got a man.
You have a whole fiance at home, remember? No!
Girl, did he hit you?
No!
I already knew how this little thing between us was gonna end.
Can I be cooped up in this dirty, dingy ass motel room like this, bro? This right here, this is our reality.
You both knew this wasn't gonna work.
We got something special.
I have to save myself.
Don't touch me again. You know what's happening.
Get out! Get out! All my life, I've been waiting for somebody to save me. I knew that it was gonna be you.
Oh, I can't seem to let you go.